We are going to get through this, guys. Yes, we are. We're going to get through this because you know why? This is Studying Brew, and that's what we do, right? As you can see, I am riding solo today. My partner in crime, not here. Actually, it was a very long travel day for him. We woke up this morning at 2:30 a.m. Got on the road by 3 a.m. and he was on a jet plane to Denver, a layover in Denver at 6:30 this morning. So he's had a long day. So, but he may grace us with his presence tomorrow. So that's awesome. But anyways, guys, but he did tell me, he's like, God, I don't know if I can hang. And I'm like, that's fine. We got this, right? Guys, welcome. It is the Studying Brew. I am today KonaButterflyz, right? I'm Brandi. I'm the one with all the licenses. I'm the one that's going to try to hold down the fort while Andy is visiting family in another state. When I say try to hold down the fort, oh my goodness. Guys, look, I'm just going to say, you guys got to get yourself a great partner. I'm just saying. Today, I had to go do the Costco run. I had to go to the gym. I had to go to, stop and get some other stuff. And I'm like, wow, he does so much. I mean, I always knew he did a lot, but man, when you're doing it all. Woo. But no, seriously, guys, look, we talk about it sometimes on here. Partnership, and it doesn't have to be a spouse, and it doesn't have to be a significant other. It could really be anybody that throws support your way while you're doing what you're doing is there. You know what I mean? Obviously, guys, sometimes when you're doing something different than everybody else, you're going to get some, you're going to get some pushback. You're always going to get the skeptics. You're always going to get that, right? You are, right? But you know what? At the end of the day, to be honest with you guys, there is a support system out there for you. And if you don't have one that you think you have, guess what? You could be with us, the Kona community, guys. Look, we know what it's like to study. We understand what it's like to try to balance homework, studying, right? Home, comma, work, comma, studying. We get it. We know. And guys, when you join the Kona community, you have a bunch of people who are doing exactly what you're doing, trying to find that balance too. But I promise you guys, when there's a will, there's a way. I mean, if there's a reason why that is an old-fashioned saying, it's because when there is a will, there's a way. It's said many different ways. Find the why, be disciplined, right? There's so many different things. But at the end of the day, guys, if you want to get this license, you are more than capable of getting it done. Now, look, do some people go faster? Yeah. Do some people feel like, they could just blink an eye and they know all the content and then they take their test and they pass? Yeah. Are there some people who, maybe not on their second attempt or third attempt or fourth attempt? Yeah, there's that too. But the thing is, guys, is that we evolve and we learn about ourselves and we learn about us through the journey and what we need to get done, what we need to get done. And we don't stop. We don't stop. That's it. Yeah, we might get pushed back a little bit, but we keep on going. I laugh at my references because my references are way different than Andy's. But all of you guys saw the teaser trailer for Frozen 2. I know you guys did. You guys saw the teaser trailer when Elsa's sitting on the edge, she's pumping herself up, right? She goes running out into the ocean and the ocean throws her back, right? And then she does it again and she's a little bit further and then the ocean throws her back, right? She does it again, and spoilers, guys, guess what? She ends up making it. She ends up making it to the island that she needs to be on. And yes, I said Elsa, I didn't say Moana, right? But Moana is the same thing. Guys, there's story after story after story of people pushing through, finding that way. Finding the will or having the will, not taking no for an answer, getting pushed back, getting back up. Guys, you could do it too. Okay. You can do it too. I promise. It just takes, what does Andy say? Decide, commit, stay consistent, right? Decide, commit, stay consistent. Guys, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. So tonight, guys, on the Studying Brew, as soon as I can find the thing to connect to, we are going to do the Kona catchphrase. Yes, we are. You guys are going to put in the chat what you think the connection is, what you think the connection is, and we are going to go from there. I'm going to actually read the questions. I'm going to try not to lead. I'm going to try not to lead the answers, right, when we do these things. But we're going to go. Guys, we have changes coming next month, next week, in fact. Look, we're how do I want to say? We're of the people. We hear you guys. We hear you guys. We want a more classroom feel. Took us a minute. We figured it out. We brought you guys the Kona Academy, and it's been amazing. It's been great. But what we noticed as you guys evolve through your studying journey, you don't need us as much as you move through your studying journey. You need us for the SIE. Maybe you need us for the 65 or 26 because we haven't interacted together. You got your licenses before Kona was a thing. I don't know, right? But guys, we're going to do something next month, which is going to be a hybrid of old system and new system, right? So that's what we're going to do, guys. Keep looking through your emails. We're going to be sending out a lot of information. The SIE Academy is staying intact as you guys know it. It will still be Tuesday through Friday. We're still doing all member sessions, but for the other exams, we're going to be meeting at least 2 times a week for those other exams in our regular live session format. And then I scheduled it. I was able to find a way where we're going to have a weekly technique. So Monday, we're all going to get together. And then Fridays, guess what? Fridays, we're all going to have a technique. When I mean we're all getting together, I mean on Zoom. I mean on Zoom, guys. We're all getting together on Zoom, right? I feel like I have broken down the electronic barrier of being on camera and being on Zoom, and I really feel like with the Kona community that we have made us a community from Hawaii to New York, from up north in Washington and Montana, all the way down south to Texas. That's what I think. Florida, you got you. Right? So let's get started, right? So Kona Academy is going to look a little different next month, but we are still going to have it, guys. As always, we have our self-study courses for all of the exams that we do. If you guys want to study for the Series 7, please hit me up or hit Andy up, and we'll talk about how that works. We have our study guides available. They are in ebooks. The SIE, the 6, the 63, 26 course notes, and the 65 is coming. Guys, I'm literally working behind the scenes, getting that stuff done, getting that stuff ready for you guys. So that way we can at least get it in draft form so we can have it go to review. And then that Kona community, guys, that way to communicate. I was up on that today. I didn't get to the channels yet, but I did get through my private messages. Guys, look, if you guys are sending me private messages, I want you guys to know that I don't just do one-liners. I don't just go, yep. I don't just say, right on, that's that. No, guys, I love to make thoughtful responses back to you. So it does take a little bit of time. I see your messages and I don't want to give you guys a half answer. I would rather take a little bit longer and give you guys full answers. And that's what I do. Sometimes they're paragraphs long. Well, lines long, right? Sometimes it's going to be screenshots back to you. Sometimes it's going to be links. And I really try to communicate with you. If you're taking the time to ask, I'm going to take the time to give you a good answer. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Guys, you can scan this QR code. You can hit the link in the chat for questions. Guys, go ahead and I would say this, at least this week, go ahead and text that number, the 951-290-3077 number. If you guys text it, Andy and I can both respond to it. He may not be able to answer right away, so texts is probably easier. If you guys do call and he doesn't pick up, guys, just leave a voicemail. He does check the voicemails and he does respond. If you guys don't leave a voicemail, he doesn't call it back normally. Okay, so but you guys can text it as well. And we'll make sure that either he or I will get back to you this week. Guys, we're on Instagram. We are on Telegram. We are on YouTube. We are on TikTok. We are pretty much anywhere. And that link tree could get you guys there. All right, guys, this week we call this technique week for members. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday we are doing all member sessions where we're really honing in on those test taking strategies. We're looking at test taking techniques. We're going to do questions and answers. Remember, guys, it's an hour earlier than what we're used to starting with, right? At 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Mount 11. Wait, that's wow. Let me do that again. 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, and 1 p.m. in the East, guys. It's the all member March code. You guys were there today, right? So be there or be square. And notice no sessions on Wednesday. Just the Studying Brew happens on Wednesday. All right. With that being said, it is the Kona catchphrase. Guys, what I look at when we do the Kona catchphrase is I think that we are looking beyond, sorry for my messy writing, beyond securities vocabulary. So many times we forget the real world meaning behind the words, and we're not thinking about the connections these words make outside of studying. Listen to me carefully, guys. Listen to me carefully. I did the same thing, so I totally get it. We don't think to look beyond the securities meaning of these words. We're studying security, so oh my gosh, that must mean that like everything has to have securities ties. We look at these words and we're like, dude, I don't remember seeing that. Man, what the heck? Like, okay, let me go back through my study guide. Let me go back through my videos. Let me go back through, please don't read the LEM. No, I'm just kidding. If you have our study guide, you don't need the LEM. But do you guys see what I'm saying? Like we go back to the content because we missed that. What I'm trying to say to you guys is sometimes if we look beyond the securities vocabulary and we just take the words for what we know they mean outside of that, you can probably find the connections. So what I want you guys to do is I'm going to read the answers first, right? Kona style. We read the answers first because it helps narrow down the topics. I want you guys to not give me securities association. It's going to be hard for you guys. I want you guys, even if you know the answer, I don't want to see the answer. I want you guys to use the skills and go, okay, I think the answer is A. Why do you think the answer is A? And I'm still not looking for securities vocabulary. Guys, you can get these 6 questions answered with no securities knowledge, just looking at the words on the screen. And that's what we're going to practice tonight. Okay. You guys ready? I'm fired up. Are you guys fired up? I love this exercise. This was like one of those like happy accidents that happened. And then like we love this exercise. This is a great exercise. This exercise teaches me what I need to teach you. And it really kind of just, I don't know. I think it's fun. So you guys ready? Let's go. All right. So I'm going to read it and I'm going to try not to read it with any hints in it. And I want you guys to put in the chat what you think are connections. Do not use securities knowledge. Okay, ready? A says all prospectuses delivered before the registration date. B says the final prospectus and aftermarket delivery obligations. C says the preliminary prospectus delivery requirements during the cooling off period. And D says the final prospectus delivery requirements during the cooling off period. There is an and. There's only one and, isn't there? There's only one and. Guys, we have this thing in Kona that we've noticed that if one answer choice has an and in it, a lot of times it's the answer. It's like there's no science to that, to be honest with you guys. It's just like one of those things that we see and we're just like, huh. C and D are opposite. Yes, because one says preliminary, one says final, and they both say during the cooling off period, right? They all talk about delivery, definitely delivered, delivery. And then somebody else says A says all. All is kind of like one of those things, right? C and D are gone. All right. A is given before due. Oh, because it says before. Ooh, good catch with the word before. Why would you deliver before it's registered? See, I like that questioning. I like that questioning. So A says before and B says aftermarket. Perfect, guys. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Okay. You guys ready? I think we got enough. Let's go to the question. Okay. Let's go to the question. The question says the access equals delivery rule applies to. Access equals delivery rule applies to. Access equals delivery rule applies to. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. We have delivery. What's there's one more word. Delivery, yes. What's next to that? What's next to that? What's next to delivery? Rule. See, you guys, look. To me, the access equals delivery is secondary compared to the fact that it's a rule. Does that make sense? Rule is probably your biggest hint. And I'm seeing it in the chat. Rule connects to. Rules connect to. Rules connect to. I see the requirement. I already saw it up there. We have rules on the final prospectus. I'm going to go with what you guys saw in the beginning. Obligations. Isn't obligations, look at access equals delivery rule applies to obligations. Yes, requirements, but look at this. Look at this real quick, guys. When you look at the requirements, we're talking specifically about one type, right? When we talk about the words requirements, we're talking specifically about one type, right? Now, all prospectuses delivered before the registration, again, we kind of X that one out because it said before. Like, why would it be delivered before? So if we're looking at that, the final prospectus has the rules and the aftermarket delivery obligations, and we're talking about delivery rules. Delivery rules, delivery obligations. You guys see that? It's not as specific as C and D. Oops. And that is the answer. I linked it to access equals delivery. That's delivery obligations. Okay. Great job. Your observations are on fire today. On fire. All right. I love this. Oh my gosh. When you guys see what's happening in this, these words, you guys are going to see it. This does not satisfy the access equals delivery rule for aftermarket prospectus. Wait, what happened? Wait, didn't we just get a question about that? Okay. Access equals delivery can only mean physical delivery of the prospectus and not viewing one on a website. There we go. This satisfies the access equals delivery rule for a preliminary prospectus, or this satisfies the access equals delivery rule for a final prospectus. A says does not satisfy. C and D say satisfies. Good job. Mona is in B, which it usually means not true. We talked about that on Tuesday. We'll talk about that again tomorrow. For the preliminary and for the final. Guys, B is longer. D, the delivery rule for the final. What did we learn here? Does access equal delivery affect preliminary prospectus? Do you guys see what I'm doing right here? This is the first time I've done this. We're using the first question to answer the second question. Does access equal delivery? And I'm not talking about content yet. I'm just saying it's the final and aftermarket. Access equals delivery is final and delivery, right? Final and aftermarket. So we got aftermarket here. We've got the usually not true here, and we have preliminary here. So doesn't that mean like these two were similar and these two are opposite? Because isn't aftermarket and final part of access equals delivery? You guys see what we did there? So all we need to do, I'm leading you guys today. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I am. All we need to do is say yes or no. And you're right, the double dip, pretty sure the answer is D, right? An investor is viewing a company's prospectus on the SEC's the Securities Exchange Commission's website. Which of the following is true? Delivery means it reached its final destination. Where is he viewing the full prospectus? Does that mean he has access? Isn't that access? Looks like access to me. So go with the double dip. Yeah. See what we did there? All we did was utilize the words we connected in the first question and applied it to the second question. Pretty rad, huh? You guys probably didn't even know you could do that. I'm here to tell you, I did this a lot. Oh my goodness, did I do this a lot? Okay, I'm not leading you guys next. You guys ready? All right, we have authorized the designated self-regulatory organizations to enforce securities rules and regulations. B says require full and fair disclosure in connection with the sales of securities to the public. C says regulate all persons associated with industry member firms. And D says provide a basis for the regulation of exchanges and electronic trading venue. That one is an and. That is an and. Thank you, SRO. I'm like, okay, look, I'm liking the fact that you guys are pulling things out that are different from the others. It says authorize. This says require. This says regulate, and this says regulation of. Regulator. Round up. C has all. Firms. What is different about B and D? It's something we have not highlighted yet or underlined yet. Not necessarily public, but what to the public? Okay, so you guys got the trading venues. How about let's just go electronic trading and exchanges. Okay, but what about, let's go back to B. It's not the public, that's the important, there you go, sales of securities. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, now a lot of times the reason why I'm going so in depth tonight, and we still have like 3 questions to do, is because some people have been asking me, how do you find the key components? How do you find the connections? And one of the ways I do it is I go, okay, this one's talking about SROs. This one's talking about the sales of securities. This one's talking about all persons. And this one's talking about exchanges and electronic trading, right? Every answer is talking about some sort of regulation, correct? Every answer is talking about regulation, but what makes A different than B, then different than C, then different than D? Do you guys see what I'm doing? So I went back and I highlighted everything in green that's different from each other. It makes each answer choice different from the other. Okay, you guys ready for the question? The primary purpose of the Securities Act of 1933, don't think, just go with match the words in the question to the words we circled. Words in the question to the words we circled. That's close. There's a bigger hint. There you go. Securities. primary purpose isn't going to link us to SRO, sale of securities, all persons, exchanges, and trading venues, right? That won't, but won't the word securities link us to SRO, sale of securities, all persons? So, do you guys see what we did there? So this word links to what word? There you go. How about that word and that word? Isn't that awesome? Direct connection. You guys see what we did there? Keep it on the surface. Don't think. Some of you in the chat went a little too deep, right? We're doing this with no securities knowledge. We're just looking at the words. Capital market, secondary market, municipal bond market, government bond market. All markets. That's right. So does that matter then if we're trying to play a word match game? No. Okay. Bonds. Both of them have bonds. That's good. What does secondary mean to you? You guys are on point with that. After. I always look at after or like used cars, and capital means money, right? And these ones are similar. Not the first, right? Because it's second. If you're not first, you're last. All right. Oh, local. I like that. Sorry, I just totally opened the question, right? A corporation. Okay, wait, stop right there. A corporation. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Stop, Brandi. Sorry, I cannot turn my teaching hat off. A corporation needs to build a new manufacturing facility costing several $100 million. In which of the following markets could this new capital be raised? Close. Close. Capital. All right. What's the answer? See what I was going to do? What I was going to do, guys? Show me the money. What I was going to do is this. Corporation, so it can't be those. This is how I do it usually, right? And then it says a new manufacturing facility, so it can't be secondary, so it has to be capital. And then lo and behold, I saw the capital. Lo and behold, the capital was there. Cash money. All right. This one, I like this question. Inverse, reverse, adverse, quarterminous. Inverse, reverse, adverse, quarterminous. I don't even know. Huh? You guys might be saying something else. Coterminous. Coterminous. Doesn't rhyme with the rest. Inverse and reverse are opposite. But how could inverse and reverse be the opposite when there's an adverse as well? A upside down, backwards bad. Oh, A upside down. Backwards. Bad. I got you. I got you. Adverse is like a reaction. Unwanted. You guys ready for a match? To use a new tea flavor. That's funny. Can I have the quarterminous? Quarterminous. The relationship between fixed income prices and interest rates and prevailing interest rates. Okay. Look. I should have put upside down, by the way. Let's do this before y'all jump in. There's a relationship between, and it's just prices and rates, right? Prices and rates. Does that sound like you can back up? Can you back up a relationship? No. We don't even know. Get out of here with that word. D, I don't even know, right? Adverse means bad. So is that a bad relationship? Why do we need to learn that? So it must be an upside down thing, right? You guys are fire. I hate the ending of this song. It's miserable. I don't even know the name of the song. I think it's the Radiohead Karma something. You guys ready? Sorry, I said it. Okay. I had my very tired, excuse me, 14-year-old grumpy daughter answer this question. Restricted and thus non-transferable. Held at the transfer agent for the beneficial owner. Held in the name of the broker-dealer for the beneficial owner. And allowed to be sold only on the exchange where they were initially purchased. Now, look, when it says and thus, I feel like we can't call that a typical and. And is usually two things, and thus is just a result. Like, okay. But B and C both talk about being held, right? Okay. And for the beneficial owner, right? Okay. When shares are held in street name, this refers to the shares being. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and then I'm going to tell you what she said. What to the person who, I don't want to call her out, to the person who put name in the chat,